Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the annual Greater Boston Stand Down 2025, sponsored by the New England Southern Home for Veterans in partnership with the City of Boston. At this time, I'd like to draw your attention to the colors.
Mark time, mark. Group, up. Left, face.
And now singing our national anthem, Danielle Fonseca.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Forward, mark. Left, left.
I'm going to use the stand.
Thank you. You may be seated. And now for our invocation, Louis M. Alvarez.
Good morning and blessings to you all. I'd like to invite you to pray with me according to your faith tradition. Gracious and almighty God, we gather here today in our great city with our hearts full of gratitude and remembrance. We thank you for the men and women who have worn the uniform of our nation with courage, honor, and sacrifice. Today we stand in their presence, some among us still serving, some who have returned home, and some to you, and some whose fate remains unknown to us. Lord, on this day of remembrance for our POW and MIA, we pause to honor those who never made it back to us. We pray for their families who carry the weight of unanswered questions and we ask for your comfort and peace to surround them. May we as a community never forget their sacrifice nor neglect our duty to bring them home. We also lift up to you every veteran here today, those who stood down from the battle but still stand tall in our hearts. Bless them with health, strength, and dignity. May this gathering remind them that they are not forgotten, that their service mattered, and that their community stands with them. O Lord, I ask that you bless our city, bless our nation, and bless all who continue to serve in the cause of freedom. May our remembrance today be more than words, but a renewed commitment to live in a way that honors their sacrifice. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Good morning, Boston. My name is Warren Manigault. I'm the Vice President of Operations and Facilities Management at the New England Center Home for Veterans, and it is my honor to introduce to you our CEO, Andy McCauley.
Good morning and welcome.
Mayor Wu, Secretary Gail Bennett, Director Pearson, Dr. Charnas, City Council members Murphy and Flynn, Chief Masso, veterans, distinguished guests, service providers, and volunteers. On behalf of the New England Center and Home for Veterans team, I want to welcome everyone today to the 2025 Greater Boston Veterans Stand Down. We feel very lucky to again hold the stand down in conjunction with the City of Boston's commemoration of National POW MIA Recognition Day. I would like to first thank all the veterans and their families who are in attendance today. Thank you for your service to this nation and for your sacrifice and your willingness to put your lives on the line to protect our country and our freedoms. A profound thank you to Mayor Wu for hosting the Veterans Stand Down here at Boston Center, City Hall Plaza, the premier venue to honor military service and to provide a day of service to those who have served. Your Honor, the City of Boston is the best place to live for veterans because of your leadership and support, not just today, but every day. This is the 8th Veterans Stand Down here on the plaza and the 11th that the center has had the privilege of leading. And although the New England Center serves as the overall coordinator, the stand down requires a team to make it a reality. A team of volunteers, of public and private organizations, providers and businesses that each play a crucial part. Thank you to you all. Each and every one of you is a key participant. I could not begin to list all the wonderful organizations that have come together today because there are more than 70 folks and organizations that have come out. But I'd like to call out just a few as a sampling of the strong commitment to veterans and their welfare here in Boston and in Massachusetts. The U.S. Department of Labor, Veterans Employment and Service Team is the sponsor of today's stand down. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is the major resource provider and our close partner every day supporting those who have served. The Massachusetts Executive Office of Veteran Services, led by Secretary John Santiago and Secretary Gail Bennett, continue to lead the governor's campaign to combat and end veteran homelessness, and their leadership ensures that Massachusetts leads the nation in honoring and supporting its veterans. And finally, a special thank you to the Massachusetts National Guard and the team of soldiers who have supplied the vital infrastructure, configured the setup, and provided for its security throughout the night. We could not do this without you. So let me close again by saying to all veterans and their families, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Andy. At this time, I'd like to introduce Michael E. Charnas. Dr. Charnas received his MD from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and did his residency in internal medicine at Johns Hopkins Hospital. He was a resident chief resident in neurology and a postdoctoral fellowship in neuroscience at the UCSF and is board certified in internal medicine and neurology. Dr. Charnas came to the Veterans Health Administration as a staff neurologist in 1989 and served as chief of neurology, at the Brockton, West Roxbury VA and the VA Boston Health System from 1996 to 2003. He assumed his role as chief of staff in 2003. He is a professor of neurology and faculty associate dean at Harvard Medical School and professor of neurology and associate dean at Boston University School of Medicine. He serves as the National Chief of Staff Advisory Committee and is chair of the Chief Medical Officer Group Steering Committee of the Association of American Medical Colleges. Beyond this considerable and impressive medical teaching and professional credentials, Dr. Charnas is an engaged and committed leader in the community, serving and supporting those who have served. He has helped drive the Greater Boston Veteran Stand Down for more than a decade. Please join me in welcoming warmly Dr. Charnas.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I want to acknowledge the dignitaries who make this possible, but welcome the distinguished guests who are our veterans. We're here to serve you, and representing VA Boston, we always want to welcome you to help meet any of your needs. This stand down is a remarkable collection of organizations and individuals who are dedicated to your care. Care today is not how we envisioned it 30 years ago. 30 years ago, we worried about whether you were going to live or die, whether you had a disease or didn't. In this era, what we really care about is what matters to you, what's important in your life, and how your health can help you fulfill your life goals. And this stand down really exemplifies that philosophy, because although we have tents here that are addressing medical care and medical issues and dental care and foot care and so on, we have to also address the other issues that allow veterans to feel good. We care about your well-being. That means whether you're housed, whether you have legal services, whether you have food, whether you're secure wherever you live. Years ago, Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence that we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those values are the values that you have fought to preserve, and we are forever in your debt. We're here to serve you today in every aspect of your life that brings you grace and well-being. And if there's anything that we can do today, tomorrow, or for the rest of your lives, we owe it to you who have served to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Charnas. At this time, it's my privilege to introduce Leslie Pearson, Interim Director of VA Boston Healthcare Systems. Ms. Pearson was appointed Interim Director of the VA Boston Healthcare Systems in June of 2025, after serving as Deputy Executive Director since November 2023. She commenced her career at the VA in 2002 as a clinical laboratory scientist in pathology and laboratory medicine service, and rapidly advanced to supervisory positions in hematology, core laboratory operations, overseeing quality and performance for more than 1.5 million diagnostic tests annually. She then held multiple leadership roles at the VA Providence Medical Center in Rhode Island, including Director of Quality Management, Group Practice Manager, Health System Specialist to Chief of Staff, and Director Pearson has also been recognized for her agile leadership in times of crisis and in her unwavering commitment to delivering high-quality, veteran-centered care. She is a champion of both accountability and employee engagement and is deeply invested in fostering a culture of excellence and camaraderie across the medical center of all of the VA. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology and a Master's of Science in Clinical Laboratory Science and Management, both from Salve Regina University in collaboration with Brown University School of Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Director Pearson.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Andy, for having hosted this wonderful platform to share today in this event. Welcome all the dignitaries who are in attendance, and of course, most welcome to our veterans and those who are here, their loved ones. It's an honor to be here at City Hall Plaza for the Greater Boston Veterans Stand Down. Each year brings together the City of Boston, VA Boston Healthcare System, and an extraordinary coalition of agencies and volunteers dedicated for one-stop shop to provide veterans who are experiencing homelessness or those who are at risk of losing their housing the care that they need. The planning and coordination is no small task. This event takes about a year to plan, and I want to thank the many staff, volunteers, and agencies who dedicate themselves all year round to making today possible. VA has had decades of unwavering commitment to ending veteran homelessness. And this year, its goal was for no fewer than 46,000 veterans to be housed. Ensure that no more than 5% of those who were housed returned to a homeless setting. And for VA to engage with 40,000 veterans who are homeless or unsheltered. Here at VA Boston, we are proud to be at the forefront of those efforts to ensure that no veteran is left behind. We are deeply committed and have exceeded each one of those goals at VA Boston attached to the larger VA. The comprehensive efforts of our Healthcare for Homeless Veterans program reflect the passion that the staff bring to the mission every day, and I want to recognize them. They are here today. Over the last decade, VA Boston has pioneered many programs that bring together social workers, nurses, peer support specialists, and of course, community partners to deliver comprehensive care. None of this would be possible without the strong partnerships we share with our community. For nearly a decade, we've proudly recognized outstanding partners for housing providers like Walden Square and Safe Haven, to Lilly Transportation, whose financial assistance and hands-on support make events like the annual turkey drop possible, year-round. These partners, along with so many others, remind us that ending veteran homelessness is not just a VA mission, it's a community mission. It's why we're here today, all of us. Together, we are making real lasting change in veteran lives. We're showing that with compassion, persistence, respect, and partnership, we can not only reduce homelessness, but build pathways to stability, dignity, and hope. I want to thank you all for being here today, for your commitment to veterans, for joining us in this important work, and of course, thank you to all that are staffing the tents, and thank you to the veterans for being here today.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Andrea Gail Bennett, Deputy Secretary, Massachusetts Executive Office of Veteran Services. The Honorable Dr. Andrea Gail Bennett serves as the first ever Deputy Secretary of Executive Office of Veteran Services. Dr. Gail Bennett is a retired Brigadier General in the Massachusetts National Guard and a distinguished healthcare professional. She has brought a wealth of experience and expertise to the vital Deputy Secretary role and leads this important state veteran services and programming initiatives. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Dr. Andrea Dale Bennett.
Good morning, everyone. Come on now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is a great day to serve veterans, isn't it? So on behalf of the Massachusetts Executive Office of Veterans Services, thank you to our partners, Andy McCauley, the New England Center and Home for Veterans, the City of Boston Veterans Services, the Boston VA Healthcare System, our elected officials, every vendor, service provider, employer, and community organization that's here today. You are the hands and the feet of this stand down, making sure veterans leave not only with resources, but with hope and dignity and a renewed sense of community. This event is what happens when the entire community takes a stand for veterans. It's proof of what partnerships look like. Government, nonprofits, and private organizations working together to ensure veterans receive not just services, but belonging and recognition. The theme, Taking a Stand for Veterans, is more than a slogan. It is a reminder that when we stand together, veterans are never alone. This stand down is about removing barriers, restoring connections, and reaffirming that Massachusetts will always fight for and serve its veterans. When EOVS, that's the Executive Office of Veterans Services, when we launched the End Veteran Homelessness campaign at the New England Center just 18 months ago, we committed to making veteran homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring. And today, this stand down is one more way we live out that commitment by meeting veterans where they are, offering care and resources in a space that is welcoming and accessible and perfect weather. And because of everyone's hard work, we're seeing results. In that time, since the launch, about 1,000 veterans have been housed, and more than 500 of them in permanent housing. And just this year, the PIT count, the point in time count, showed a 27% drop in unsheltered veterans' homelessness across Massachusetts. At EOVS, we're proud of this work, and we're proud to support this work because the stand down is not simply an event, it's a lifeline. Our support is a promise to continue standing shoulder to shoulder with all of you long after today. We will continue to honorably serve those who have served us with actions and not just words. So to every veteran here today who may be facing homelessness or housing insecurity, I want you to know there is no wrong door. Whether you go to the New England Center or the VA or us at EOVS or any provider represented here, we will stand with you until you are home. So my challenge to everyone here doing this work, let's carry the spirit of today beyond City Hall Plaza. Let's take a stand not only when the tents are up, but every day in every community until every veteran has the care, opportunity, and respect they deserve and have earned. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gail Bennett. So with her presentation, that concludes our stand down portion of the presentation this morning. However, please stand fast because we're going to be handing the ball over to our partners at the City of Boston to take us further. To do that, I'd like to introduce to you Commissioner for the City of Boston Veteran Affairs, Commissioner Santiago, was appointed in April of 2019 to oversee the city's full array of support services for its veterans, and has now served in that capacity for 3 mayors. Previously, he had served as the city's deputy commissioner. Commissioner Santiago served a full 20-year career in the United States Navy and continued his public service and support to those who have served by joining the team of the United States Department of Veterans Affairs. Very few of our public officials better understand the issues facing today's veterans than Commissioner Santiago. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a warm welcome, Commissioner Santiago.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you also for those kind words. I am not the only one that knows a lot about what goes on in the VA space. There are a lot of great providers here today that also do all the great work for our veterans. So it is definitely an honor for me to be standing up here as, not just as a Commissioner of Veteran Services for the great city of Austin, but also as a fellow veteran as well, who, like Warren said, fully understands what it is to be a veteran and what it is that we as veterans have earned and also deserve. But before we continue the program, there are 2 people I would like to call up here. One is also a veteran himself, a 24-year Navy veteran, and he's a former city council president and is a city councilor for District 2 today, or at this time. And also we have Erin Murphy, who is a Blue Star mother, whose son is also serving in the United States Army. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome up here Councilors Ed Murphy and Ed Flynn and Erin Murphy.
Thank you, Commissioner, and honored to be with the Commissioner and his team. They do an exceptional job supporting veterans and military families, not only here in Boston, but across Massachusetts as well. So I want to say thank you to Rob, who I have great respect for. Also want to acknowledge Mayor Wu and her team, and also General Bennett at the state level, Executive Office of Veteran Services. General Bennett, you're also doing a tremendous job supporting our veterans and military families. I want to highlight maybe a couple quick points. We have to work together to ensure veterans are treated with respect and have their services and programs that they earned, whether it's at the federal level, at the state level, or here at the city level. We see ongoing cuts at the federal level that we have to work together to fight against. But unfortunately, we also had cuts here at the city level. Not under Mayor Wu. Mayor Wu worked with me and Councilor Murphy, but City Council actually cut veterans programs and services in our budget. But we fought back to get the money restored. Craig DeOld is here, helped me with that, and Commander Tuitt out of the Carter Post, where I'm a member of. But let's work together, ensuring veterans are treated with respect and dignity. They've earned that. We want to continue working with the VA and the incredible work you do in helping veterans and military families. One of the best decisions I've made after I finished my military career was engaging in VA medical assistance, whether it was mental health assistance or for my primary care and all of my support there. But I want to say thank you to the VA. You've been a lifesaver to me and to so many veterans. But it's our job as elected officials to advocate for veterans when it's popular and unpopular. And we have to be with you, fighting for you every single day. Honored to be here with you today. I'd like to pass this on to City Councilor Erin Murphy. Erin.
Thank you, Councilor Flynn. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here, and I want to thank the National Guard. I was looking out my office window yesterday. You've been spending a lot of time getting ready today and just showing up for our veterans today with dignity and respect. From the hot coffee when they started lining up early this morning to the haircuts and the health care. It's needed, but I know, and we all know here, that you provide that every day, not just today. And so our veterans, if you're listening, know that we're here for you all of the days. So thank you for that. I do just want to take one moment and personally thank the VA. You've stepped in these last few months for my dad, who's aging and really needed some healthcare support, and it's been life-changing to my mom and my family. Something that just reach out, like Councilor Flynn said, that when you left the service, you really connected into the VA. And my dad didn't always need it, but now does, and it's overwhelming, the support you're giving and how it's been helping my mom and our family so much. So thank you for that. And thank you for everyone for showing up to our veterans and serving our country, and just know that we're here to support. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Murphy and Councilor Flynn. One person who I would also like to recognize is our city's Chief of Human Services, Jose Masso, who's here with us today. It's definitely an honor for me to be working with him on a daily basis and being part of his cabinet. So Chief, thank you very much. Give it up for the Chief. Yeah, there you go. Right now it's definitely my biggest honor to introduce a city leader who has always stood with our veterans and with our families. So please, right now, join me in welcoming the mayor of the great city of Boston, Mayor Michelle Wu.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Thank you to the hardest working, the most diligent, and just a nation-leading Commissioner of Veterans Services, Commissioner Rob Santiago. I am blessed every single day. And I don't know if everyone heard of the accomplishment that he recently had on top of all that he is doing to make sure we're delivering services to our military families, to our veterans, to our active duty service members as well. He recently completed a 525-mile bike ride for charity to raise funds for the Arthritis Foundation, and has been sharing with me how much arthritis also is one other sometimes invisible situation that our veterans disproportionately are experiencing. So thank you for all that you do, Rob. I don't know how you find the energy to do it all, but we are so grateful. And thank you to all of our partners here, to Andy and the New England Center, to General Gail Bennett, to my city councilor colleagues, Councilor Flynn and Councilor Murphy, to our partners at the National Guard, and from all the branches who are here today, our Chief of Human Services, Chief Masso, and the really true, I think, mayor of the city, maybe of Massachusetts and the country. Thank you to General Woody Woodhouse for all that you are doing and all that you continue to do to represent our democracy and our community. So this is an important event every single year, and we have seen it grow and grow and grow under the partnership of the New England Center and of Commissioner Santiago and the teams involved. In Boston, we know that saying thank you for your service is a must, but it is nowhere near enough. It doesn't reflect the service, the sacrifice, the selflessness that Boston's more than 10,000 veterans have shown. We will not let our gratitude fall flat in the city of Boston, and so we know that that means action backing up those words. We show our values in Boston through actual support, not just convenient words and once a year. All of our veterans have served, and now it is our turn and our honor to serve them and their families. And that's why today and every day, to our veterans, we say thank you for your service, and we ask, what can we do to support you and your family right now and in the days ahead? Today and every day is about action. That's why we have partnered with the New England Center and Home for Veterans to create a one-stop shop, connecting our service members to more than 100 local organizations and services. The sacrifices that our heroes make during their service don't disappear once they come back home. And it takes time to adjust and get back into the swing of everyday life here and civilian life. And that's what today is about. With this annual stand down, we're showing our veterans just how thankful we are for their service. And we want to make sure that all of our veterans and their families know that you can easily access resources and supports for your entire family. Housing, healthcare, employment, all the benefits that we owe our service members, they're all gathered right here, right now, but they're also available all throughout the year. And this is a one-stop shop to be able to connect in and maintain those direct links to service. We are so grateful to do this in partnership with local, regional, and national leaders from right here, like Brighton Marine, Fisher House, the New England Center, Pine Street Inn, and so many more. And at the city, we will continue to do our part to make these resources accessible and available. Last month, we held our Veterans Resource Fair and Expo at the incredible Gardine Park, which is a testament to the leadership of our local community members in renovating and creating a fitting place to celebrate our veterans day in and day out. And today again here in City Hall Plaza, we're looking to make those connections and strengthen them. We are lucky to have the service members that we have here in Boston and the many, many families and organizations that support them. We are lucky to welcome home our veterans, but there are too many who don't make it home. And that's why today is also POW MIA Day. So while we celebrate our veterans in Boston, we also honor those who didn't get to come home, who didn't get to see their families and their friends and their loved ones. All our words and actions of remembrance and gratitude pale in comparison to the sacrifice that these service members have made. But we will always remember, and we will always be grateful. So we honor their memory and their sacrifice by taking care of their families and the service members who did return. So thank you again to all of our veterans, all of our active duty service members, all of our military families, our Gold Star families. We are so grateful for all that you do, and we will always be here for you in the City of Boston. So it is my honor now to present the official proclamation on behalf of the City of Boston. Whereas throughout our history, thousands of American service members have been listed as prisoners of war or remain missing in action, leaving families, friends, and communities without answers, but never without hope. Whereas the black and white POW MIA flag, which flies proudly across our city, serves as a solemn reminder of their sacrifice and a symbol of our nation's enduring commitment to bring them home. And whereas for this year's observance, delivering on a nation's promise, we call on all of us to reaffirm our duty to account for every missing hero, to support their families, and to ensure that their service and sacrifice are never forgotten. And whereas the City of Boston, steeped in our revolutionary heritage and military tradition, recognizes our responsibility is not only to remember, but to act, to honor our POWs and MIAs by caring for those who serve today and never ceasing in the pursuit of answers for those who remain unaccounted for. And whereas Boston is proud to support its residents who answer the nation's call to arms in defending our safety and freedoms, providing services and support to veterans, families, and surviving family members, now therefore, I, Michelle Wu, Mayor of the City of Boston, do hereby proclaim September 19th, 2025 to be POW MIA Recognition Day in the City of Boston.
Thank you, Mayor Wu. So good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day for us to have a stand down. First and foremost, for me, I would like to thank Mayor Wu for her continued steadfast leadership and for ensuring that Boston always shows up for those who have served. Madam Mayor, your commitment to veterans and the military families is felt in every single neighborhood here in the City of Boston, and I, for one, appreciate it and thank you very much for that. I would also like to acknowledge our incredible partners at the New England Center and Home for Veterans. For decades, the New England Center and Home for Veterans has stood at the forefront of care and housing for our city's veterans and state's veterans. And I also want to extend a special thank you to 3 of our veteran services organizations: the Disabled American Veterans, or the DAV, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW, and the American Legion. The DAV Department of Massachusetts, who, by the way, our commander of the DAV is here. She happens to also be the Deputy Secretary of the Executive Office of Veteran Services, is Andrea Gale Bennett. She is the commander of the DAV. So the DAV, including Chapter 3 right here in Boston, have been relentless in ensuring that disabled veterans and their families receive the benefits they've earned. They continue to fight in Washington and fight for our veterans here at home. For the VFW, we have our Senior Vice Commander, Craig DeOld, State Senior Vice Commander, who was also the commander of Boston Post 1018 for several years. Thank you, Craig. And next to him, our former District Commander for District 5, Matt Liang. Thank you for coming here too, sir. The VFW post across Boston, from South Boston Post 561 to the Boston Police Post 1018 in Dorchester, embodied their motto. Their motto is, "No one does more for veterans." So these posts are more than meeting halls. They are places of mentorship, of advocacy, and of support, where veterans of every generation could go and connect. And lastly, the American Legion. Here we have Senior Vice Commander Meredith Tewitt. She's probably in the tent with the American Legion, but she is here with us today. So American Legion posts throughout the city, like Post 16 in Mattapan and Post 76 in Jamaica Plain, have carried the legacy of service since 1990. They have been at the forefront of fighting for the GI Bill, education benefits, healthcare, and preserving the traditions of community service. The reason I bring up these three, and there are many, many more, is because each of these organizations proves something that's very, very important. The fight for veterans does not end when the uniform comes off. It continues in our neighborhoods. It continues in our posts. It continues in our communities. And you can see around here that it continues here today at the stand down. And here in Boston, we are stronger because of them. Stand Down has its roots in Vietnam, where service members created a space for rest, reset, and reconnect. And that's what today is all about. Like the General mentioned, it's a one-stop shop. No wrong door moment for every veteran to get what they need. Benefits, healthcare, housing, legal aid, employment, and more. However, none of this matters if veterans are unaware of what is available to them. Benefits that you have earned does not help you if you don't know about them. So take the time to walk to each and every single one of these tents and get to know these veteran providers here that are here for you. Don't be shy, go in there. So I urge every fellow veteran, don't leave with a question. If you have any questions, someone here will answer it. Leave with an appointment. Take advantage of what is being offered today, from clothing to haircuts to toiletry kits and a lot of information, as much as possible. All of this is designed to impact your quality of life. As the mayor said, today also marks POW MIA Recognition Day. It's a solemn reminder of those who were held as prisoners of war or those who are still missing in action. Their absence is a wound to our nation that continues to carry, and it is our sacred duty to ensure that they are never forgotten. The empty chair and table that you see here today on this stage, that's more than a symbol. That table, that chair, it's a promise that we will keep searching, a promise that we will keep remembering, and keep standing by their families until every single American is accounted for. This year also brings us closer to a milestone, our 250th birthday of the United States of America. And there is no better city to reflect on that journey. This is where the whole idea of freedom started. The Boston Tea Party and the bravery on Breeds and Bunker Hill. From Faneuil Hall to the Freedom Trail, Boston has never just been a witness to history. We have been the author. As we look towards 250 years of American independence, we remember that veterans have always been at the heart of that story. From the Continental Army marching out of Boston to generations of our neighbors who served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Our veterans are the living link between our finding our deals and our future as a nation. Boston's role has always been to lead, to sacrifice, and to set the example. 250 years ago, this city led the fight for independence. Boston leads the way again, this time in ensuring that every veteran has access to care, every family is supported, and that no one who served is left behind. To all the volunteers here today, to all the other city departments, to the Department of Labor, to the VA, benefits and healthcare side, to all the veteran services officers throughout the state, here's one great thing about the state of Massachusetts. It is mandated by law through Chapter 115 that every city and town has a veteran services officer. And here in Boston, as commissioner and through my office, that's who we are. And I want to give it up to all of our veteran services officers who are on the front lines every day taking care of our veterans. So if everybody could please, for all the VSOs who are here, give them a hand. But I also would like to thank my awesome team at the Office of Veteran Services who do this work day in and day out to ensure that our veterans and that their families are taken care of. Today, no one is handing out brochures here today. Today, we are all here to ensure that our veterans take the next steps and change lives. To all my fellow veterans, you carry the mission for our country. Now it is our turn with everybody here who are in these tents. Let us handle the red tape and paperwork, and let us help you navigate through the system. Boston stands with you. Mayor Wu stands with you. And together, as we honor POW MIA Recognition Day, we will continue to pledge, you will never be forgotten, and you will never be alone. At this time, there is one person who I would like to call up here, and he is a good friend of mine, General Woody Woodhouse, Tuskegee Airman, who's with us here today. If I don't give him the microphone, I'm going to hear about it later, so.
You know, it's a pleasure to be here. As an old Roxbury boy, my office was at 25 Pemberton Street. Now, I hope everyone remembers Pemberton Square. This was before this wonderful city hall was built. I'm only saying that to let you know that when I went to a prestigious college in New Haven, they said, "Woody, where are you from?" I said, "I'm a Roxbury boy." Woo! And so they said, "I thought you were from Boston." I said, "That's not my Boston. Boston, the real Boston, is Palm Ave, Louisburg Square, where jobs for carriers." So I say that to let you know I'm proud to be a citizen and resident of Roxbury, Massachusetts. And it's not only Roxbury, Massachusetts, it's the Lenox Street Project. Now, you know, a lot of us in the 40s and 50s, that was the sole place where we could live. And the requirement there was you had to have families, no single people, no daily residents. And they would check on you. And they said, "Well, what about maintenance?" You did the maintenance yourself. Every floor had to scrub the halls and floors. This is what I did coming up. And I'm just saying a few words. Thank you, Councilor Flynn. You know, I knew him when he was a pain in the you-know-what when his daddy, the ambassador, was in Rome.
I'm still a pain in the ass.
Mayor Wu, thank you for the honor. Councilors, elected officials, veterans, wives of veterans, and all. I'm going to close with this one thing that I'm proud to say. You know, everyone has a date in their mind, 9/11 and so forth. But a lot of us, the date in our mind was December 7th, 1941. Now, my mother, when we heard this, said to myself and my brother, boys, America is at war. I want you to serve your country. Can you imagine that? A black woman with all she had in this world, her 2 boys. I want you to serve your country. We both did. I went into the Air Force, one of the last, get this guys, I'm one of the last of the surviving Tuskegee Airmen. Now, I hate to say that my brother made the wrong choice. He went into the Marine Corps. Any Marines here? Raise your hand.
Got one.
Semper Fi. Okay. So my brother went into the Marines. Now you know what I'm saying. He was a Montford Point Marine. Montford Point. And the reason why they are called Montford Point Marines is that's where they were ordered to remain there. They could not be on the main base. Montford Point was the garbage disposal area, ammunition, rat infested, but they served. They did what any American would do, serve your country. And I want to thank the mayor, I want to thank the councilor, I want to thank everybody for being here and listening to the lousy jokes of a 98-year-old Roxbury guy. Thank you.
I just got an order from the general to get an effing haircut. So I'll be going into that tent, getting a haircut here in a few minutes. So at this time, we do have one last thing. We'd like to call up here the Deputy Commissioner, Jared Estrada, and Quadell Reese from our office. We are going to do the missing person table ceremony at this time.
He also told me to get a haircut too, a couple months ago. I call your attention to the small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is reserved to honor our missing comrades in arms. I will explain. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are unable to be with their loved ones and their families today, so we join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence. This honors ceremony symbolizes that they are with us in spirit. The table, as you can see, is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against their suppressors. The table is round. It shows our everlasting concern. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives in responding to their country's call to arms. The single red rose signifies the blood that they may have. That they may have. Turn it off. They may have shed and sacrificed to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States and her allies. The rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith while awaiting their return. The yellow ribbon symbolizes our continued uncertainty, hope for their return, and our determination to account for them. A slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of their bitter fate, captured or missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt sprinkled on the bread plate reminds us of their countless tears of our missing and their families. The lighted candle reflects the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home to the open arms of a grateful nation. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share a toast. The chair is empty. They are missing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call up here Captain Alvarez for the benediction.
Thank you, brother. I invite you to pray with me once more. Eternal God, as we bring this time of remembrance to a close, we go forth carrying the stories, the sacrifices, and the spirit of those we honor today. May their courage remind us to live with gratitude, their endurance inspire us to live with strength, and their devotion to freedom guide us to live with integrity. Bless the families of our POW and MIA brothers and sisters. Grant them peace, perseverance, and hope. Bless our veterans gathered here, that they may find healing, community, and renewed purpose. And bless this city, O Lord, that Boston may always be a place where the cost of freedom is remembered and the lives of those who served are cherished. Now, Lord, we ask that you send us out with your grace and protection. May you bless and keep us. May you make your face shine upon us and be gracious to us. May you forever grant us your perfect peace. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. And I would like to call up here Andy. You want to say one final words? Nope? Okay. So, like we did last year and it's traditional, this year we're also going to close out with a rendition from Amazing Grace from Danielle Fonseca. She's been amazing and would like her to please close out our event.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Thank you.
We didn't need a microphone for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much again to all my fellow veterans. Take advantage of everything we have for you, and we'll see you all next year.